Hello everyone and welcome back to Animation Pilgrimage, where Sean and I take a look at every single theatrically released animated film in chronological order. We watched 1961's The Orphan Brother from Toei Animation today. And first thing I gotta say is, I could not find anything about this movie other than who directed and made it. And that is very bizarre to me. I mean, I know we had to actually come back to this film. If you're watching the playlist in the order in the future, like, this doesn't matter. But for now, anyone watching now, we had to come back to this film after we've already finished the 60s.
Mm-hmm. And so going back to this, we're like, this is okay.
Right.
Like, there's no information on it.
There's no information on it. And given what the story's about, while we were watching it, we're like, this has to be based off of something.
Probably.
But I couldn't even find any kind of story that this was based off of. So, first thing I want to say is that if anyone can find any information about, or happens to know what this is based off of, if it's based off of something, please let us know, because, like I said, I could not find a dang thing.
Either way, the movie's a bit of a downer.
A bit?
Like, the whole movie's just depressing.
Yeah.
Honestly. Toei Animation decided to tell a more serious story this time, going a little more lighthearted from their last film of Alakazam the Great.
Toei Animation in this time period is doing a whole bunch of different things and just kind of like
trying things
throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, it feels like.
And I don't think this one stuck.
No.
Just judging off of the fact there's like no information on it. I also can't say like the animation was super like unique or like it didn't really stand out to me.
It was on par for a Toei Animation film about this time. It's definitely one that is leaning more towards like a fantastical, realistic fantasy story.
It feels very similar to The White Serpent.
Yeah.
Which we watched from them.
The better production quality than The White Serpent.
Yeah, but like a lot of the character designs and general ideas behind it felt very similar because it's supposed to be a more serious movie with random animal companions for no goddamn reason.
Right. Well, but like the human characters are rotoscoped again and that
stuff
kind of
like
thing.
that.
Yeah.
All right, so
the basic story of this movie.
So this one's set in Japan.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what time period this is set during.
But it's definitely that time period where it's like Japan has an emperor, but all the other, like, all the land is being controlled by different high government officials.
Local lords or magistrates, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's like, but there is an emperor at this point who's controlling all of Japan. So that's where we're at. We're not in the feudal war state of Japan. That's for sure. Either way, we have this local random guy who's the lord of this particular small area. And
he's supposed to be the protector of the Emperor's Woods kind of thing.
Which is just a random land resort. Or like
forest.
A forest is like, yep, that belongs to the Emperor. No one's allowed to touch it or anything.
No one's supposed to hunt in it.
He has a wife, a daughter who's like of marrying age, and a son who's like 10 or something like that. And this is the best family ever, and you can tell they're the best family ever because they're kind and gracious,
and animals like them.
Just love them.
Yes.
No matter what family member it is, there's a million animals around them.
The entire family is Disney princesses.
Yeah, like every single member of this family
is a Disney princess.
But you can tell that they're still not super high ranked because, like, at most they have like two.
They're a humble.
Yeah.
Royal family.
A humble controlling family who has like 2 hand servants. Mm-hmm. Like, they got a handmaiden and, like, an older guy that guards the door.
Right.
And I think that's it.
Joking aside, like, the movie does set up, like, they're a nice family. I mean, it's pretty ham-fisted.
Pretty ham-fisted.
They get the
These
point
are
across.
Good people.
Yeah.
Either way, he has a direct officer that is above him in station. Mm-hmm. And this guy wants to marry his daughter.
Yes.
And the dude's like, ugh, I don't know. You're kind of like...
Evil
and stuff. I mean, they don't say that, but this guy's very clearly evil. Plus, the daughter
doesn't like him, and the father is a good father who...
listens to his daughter's
wishes.
Thoughts and stuff.
Yeah. So this family's so good, you guys. They're really good.
So the dude's commanding officer goes hunting in the woods that he's not supposed to go hunting in. Burns it down
on fire
because he's so bad at freaking hunting that he's like, all right, I'll just burn the animals out. And then when this doesn't work, he blames the whole thing on the Good Samaritan dad. And the Good Samaritan dad's like, well, I guess I gotta go to the emperor in Kyoto and prove I'm innocent.
Oh, I wouldn't say Good Samaritan. That's not a good use of that term.
No.
But like, good guy dad.
Good guy dad. And he goes off to Kyoto, and we never see him again. 6 months pass.
I thought it was like a whole year.
No, it's 6 months.
6 months? Okay,
6 months
6 months pass. They haven't heard anything from good guy dad.
And then evil magistrate man comes in again, and he's like, hey, your dad was convicted, and he's...
Found guilty.
I control this land now. Also, I'm taking all of you and stuff. Obviously, the family's like, this is bad. We need to get to Kyoto, and we need to...
figure this out.
We need to prove that our husband / father... Good guy dad is a good guy and stuff. And so they run away. Mom, daughter, son, and handmaiden.
How are they going to convince the emperor of this? Obviously, from their warm smile and honest demeanor.
And the fact that they have like 3 animal companions that do nothing.
Right. That'll show them.
Also, I gotta say, the animal companions that they have is a bear cub, because Toei is obsessed with bear cubs in this time.
I also just have a question now, like, because we've seen so many bears. Are bears just smaller and cuter in Japan?
I don't think so. I just don't know. I mean, okay. That being said, I do know that the species of bear that is commonly found in Japan is smaller, but it's still not that small. It's still like the size of a human at full grown or something when standing up.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Either way, they got a bear cub. Uh-huh. They have a small white mouse that has a red ribbon around it.
Yep.
And they have a dog.
Yeah. The
bear cub and the mouse talk, but the dog doesn't.
Why does this always happen? There's always like some weird animal dichotomy where
some animals can
talk to each other and others can't. Like these animals all communicate with each other, like they understand each other, but the dog can't talk.
It's weird because it's presumed that the humans can talk to and understand the bear and the rat.
Right.
I don't know.
It's just a weird choice that always pops up in these kinds of movies, and I'm always so confused by it. Anyway.
Either way, the family makes their way to Kyoto on foot, and the evil guy that took over their land, we're never going to hear from him again.
Well, we see him like... He's chasing after the family.
For a little bit, and then they drop him in the river.
Right.
And then he just gives up.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't die, he just gives up.
Yeah.
Either way.
But anyway, they make it to this town.
Well, they make it to like
an abandoned town?
A kind of abandoned town, and they're like, watch out for slave traders and stuff. Be wary of people you don't know. And
immediately, someone they don't know comes up and is like, oh, hey.
You need help getting, like, we can take our boat. We can get to Kyoto in, like, a day. It's fine. Cool. We can do it.
Yeah.
Also,
they feed the animals potatoes that have been drugged.
Yeah, they drug the animals. take the mom and the handmaiden in one boat and the 2 kids in the other boat because, like, oh, we don't have enough room in both boats. Turns out they're slave traders who could have seen that coming. Unprotected women and children, yeah, of course they're going to get, like taken.
Caught up in a slave trade.
So...
Especially after they immediately just foreshadowed it.
Yeah. So... The mom and the handmaiden are like, no, take us to the other boat. We'll give you any money. Just please. And the dude's like, shut up. And, like, slaps the handmaiden and she falls into the water and drowns to death.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, she didn't drown to death. She turned into a mermaid. She died. It's like, they play it off as though this lady just...
They play, okay.
This is going to happen multiple times in this movie where a character...
They make it crystal clear she is dead. Like, everything about this scene says this girl has died. And then all of a sudden at the end they go, oh no, she's not dead. She's a mermaid.
Yeah, so... Mom gets taken off to some random island where she's presumably sold off or something.
Okay,
never to be seen again until, like, really late.
I'm going to make a brief interjection here. This movie is like Grave of the Fireflies if instead at certain moments people just turned into mystical animals instead of dying.
That and...
Which gives you, like... makes you feel really weird about this whole thing because it plays all these situations very seriously.
And then people die except they just turn into animals instead.
Yeah, and then it does not have the balls to follow it through. It's like, oh wait, no, actually. Also, don't be sad.
Here's some really jarring slapstick humor from the animal friends. That goes nowhere, and, well, we're going back to horrible, horrible reality again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't see the mom again. The kids are taken to a different location.
Where there's this guy who has a whole bunch of slaves.
And they're
bought,
and they have to do all this hard manual labor.
Oh, but don't worry. One of these guys' sons...
Yeah, the guy has 2 sons.
The
older one is obviously evil, and the younger one is a nice guy because he's got a pretty face. You know he's a good guy. He's a nice slave owner.
Is he?
This man is not a good character. They try to play him off as being one, but he never... He just gets the googly eyes for the sister.
Yeah.
Because he never once sympathizes with the fact that she's a slave, never announces any intention of trying to free them or save them in any way.
Nope.
He's like, nope, you're a slave, I'm an owner, and I love you, and you have to reciprocate these feelings because obviously.
Which she sort of does. But also, like, sort of doesn't. Like, it's not crystal clear what she's feeling.
She's not around long enough. So, the brother and the sister are naturally gifted with animal friends, so the animal friends help them get all their stuff done.
Yeah.
Also, mermaid handmaiden returns the water bucket, or the water spoon, to the older girl.
Yeah, because she's gonna get beaten because she accidentally loses a water spoon, but then the mermaid girl brings it back. Also, the mermaid girl
brings divine retribution and brings a whirlpool. Okay, she unties the boat of the slavers that bought them and sold them all in the first place.
Yeah.
Pushes them out into the middle of the ocean.
While they're all drunk.
Creates a whirlpool that drowns all of them, and they very clearly die.
Yeah, this movie, on one hand, wants you to feel really bad for this really good guy family.
Everyone's so good, but we're going to do horrible things to them.
But
and
don't worry, it's okay, because these bad things aren't actually happening, because they're turning into animals at the end of it.
And then divine retribution are going to come in and do some random arbitrary thing
Karma.
That may or may not actually kill the people that did bad things to you. In this case, the slavers all died.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any divine retribution for the guy at the very beginning of the movie? Nope. No, he literally has nothing bad happen to him. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
At least the movie doesn't get that far, I don't think.
Either way, they exist in this life for a while of being slaves. And, like, they're beat, and the girl has her hair cut. And she's like, I've given up all hope in doing anything with my life. But she's like, all right, little brother, you need to run away.
You need to run to the Emperor.
You run to the Emperor. I'll stay here. And the little brother's like, that sounds like a really bad idea for you. And she's like, don't worry, I'll be fine.
Because I've got this guy here that really likes me.
So she's immediately imprisoned. The older brother's like, how dare you let your brother escape? I'm going to burn you with this hot iron. Lo and behold, the younger brother comes, or like the
younger slave owner brother
comes in and fights his older brother, and he tells the girl, run away. Why didn't she do this with her younger brother in the first place? Because she would slow him down, or something. So she runs into the woods and finds a pool, and then she stares at the pool for a really, really long time, and then
a really, really long time.
Because
to
she's
make sure
like,
you know exactly
how hella depressed she is, and how there's very clearly no way that she can escape the circumstances that she's in. So she's just going to stare at this lake for a really, really long time until the fog comes in, and then she disappears.
Oh, but no, wait!
She's
okay. A swan!
She turned into a golden swan and flies away. She totally didn't just drown herself in the lake. So the younger slave guy sees her fly off and is like, oh, she was so pretty and beautiful.
And I loved her.
Horrible wrong was done to her, so I'm going to carve a statue of her.
Yeah.
And that's all that happens.
Well, there's more that happens with him later, but we'll get to that.
Also, divine retribution comes in and doesn't kill the slave owner family.
No.
No, it just wrecks the building they were trying to build.
Which doesn't really affect them. It affects the slaves that they own, because now they gotta rebuild all that.
Yeah, I was like, that's like the wrong... What? No. You stupid gods. You stupid spirits of...
This is bad karma.
Of karma or justice or whatever the hell. You're bad at your jobs.
We're not going to stop the bad things from happening. We're only going to give divine retribution in the most obtuse way possible.
So, Golden Swan leads child to
leads younger brother to...
Younger brother, he stops at like a temple, but that doesn't matter. He eventually makes it to Kyoto, where the daughter of the emperor's right-hand man is being attacked by a random guy who very clearly wants to do very bad and adult things to her. So the younger brother comes in, who is all alone at this point.
Hasn't done anything this entire movie.
Like, you gotta remember, the name of the movie is The Orphaned Brother, who is very clearly this character. Only now, 2/3 or more of the way through the movie, is he doing literally anything. Besides
running away and being a wimp. Because, like, he hasn't fought back in any situation.
Yeah, he just goes along with everything that happens.
Yeah. At best, he's been like, no, don't.
And, like, that's it.
Yeah.
So he fights back and throws this guy into the lake where he drowns because...
There's a lot of drowning.
No one knows how to swim, apparently, in ancient Japan.
It's the kill zone.
Okay, yeah, it's the kill zone. They just hit the field and...
Despawn.
Yeah, they die. Video games. So the daughter's like, thank you for saving my life. And then he takes the orphan brother to her dad, and the boy tells the emperor's right-hand man all of this, and he's like, thank you for letting me know all of this. Unfortunately, your dad was already sent away, and he died.
He died on the way, like...
Or no, he got, like, exiled to a specific town or something, and then he caught a fever and died, or something.
Yeah.
And you're just like, cool, thanks.
Right.
And at this point, I'm just thinking, okay, what was the divine retribution there? What happens?
Well, okay, see, there, he got sick, so they don't have to do divine retribution, because it's just like no one was at fault for him being sick. He just got sick and died.
But at the same time, he was falsely accused. So shouldn't he, the emperor or whoever accused him have divine retribution upon them?
Right, if anyone deserves divine retribution, it's that good guy dad.
Yeah. So the orphaned brother is like, no, everything's terrible. Also, I've completely forgotten about all other family members I may or may not have had.
Mm-hmm. And anyway, a few years goes by.
The guy's like, hey, you saved my daughter. How about you stay here and I
adopt you?
I adopt you, except not really adopt you, because why adopt people when you can just raise them as your own son, but not really?
Right.
So he does that.
Uh-huh.
And, oh my god, I forgot about this.
What?
So this kid is now master archer, master swordsman, master awesome kung fu action hero.
Uh-huh.
The Emperor's right-hand man.
The most capable lad in the land.
Mm-hmm. The Emperor's right-hand man comes in and says, hey, the Emperor's been having this issue with an evil spirit attacking him in his sleep, so you should go sit outside his room at night and fight off this evil spirit, which he does. And it's just a giant spider monster, which...
I totally forgot this happened because it just does not matter.
He fights it off, and then the next day the Emperor's like, hey, you did a good job. You are now in charge of your hometown.
Yeah, you're home.
Also, I've been informed about all the bad things that happened to you as a kid. Yeah, that guy from the beginning, he's I don't know... He'll be reprimanded or something.
We'll arrest
slap on the
him
wrist
or
something.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Whatever. Yeah, it's really stupid.
Oh.
So now the orphan brother, who is in power, goes back to the guy that owned him for a brief period of time. The slave owner family is like, I'm here for my sister. And they're like, oh, she's dead.
Right. Well, no. They go, oh, well, she's gone.
She's gone. She's dead. She turned into a spirit goose who, at this point, has been flying around in the sky for the orphan brother randomly every now and again.
Yeah.
Leading him in the correct direction or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the dude's like, well, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to, slap you on the wrist and move on with my life. Nice statue, or nice carved wooden statue you made for my sister.
Well, no. Okay, so younger brother slave owner kid has literally become a monk.
Oh, that's right. He became a literal monk.
He became a monk and made a shrine.
To her.
To her. By the lake that she drowned herself in.
It's this is all kinds of messed up.
Yeah. So...
All right. Cool.
But he also the orphan brother also gets information about where his mom is.
Oh yeah, he finds out that his mom, what island his mom was actually taken to. So he's going to go try to find his mom if she's still alive.
Yeah.
And so he gets on a boat, and once you know it, Golden Sister is flying ahead of the boat, leading him right to this old lady who's practically blind and is woe is me because...
She lives in a little shack with a little garden.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at least it doesn't look like anybody owns her. She's just a crazy old lady that is hella depressed because everyone she knows and loves is dead, presumably.
Right.
It's his mom. And look, they reunite.
They reunite! Yay!
Yay, and she cries a lot.
Although, the reunion really makes you feel the way they state it is that she is blind. But then, later on, they're kind of oh no, she's not completely blind. She has poor eyesight.
She's almost blind.
Yeah.
Because as they're on the boat heading back towards the new castle or whatever that the main character is living in, the spirit sister's flying in the sky, and younger brother is like, hey, look,
that's her!
That's your daughter.
That's Anju! That was her name.
Was
Anju.
It? Okay.
Yeah.
And the mom's like, even with these eyes, I can see her, and she's beautiful. The end. I didn't care for this movie much.
I mean, okay. Like, in all honesty, it's not horrible.
It's not
like
horrible.
The production itself is completely fine.
Especially for the time period that it's in.
The story is like a well-constructed story, but dang,
it's really depressing.
Yeah, it's just a real downer.
Like it's like there isn't even like gratification at the end of the story. The bad guys don't get comeuppance. It's just, well, this was a bad thing that happened to us, and I guess
to a really nice family.
And now we just kind of get to move on, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if at some point during the production of this movie, there wasn't all the divine retribution going on, and all the, like, I think the sister turning into a swan is a pretty integral part of the movie, but, like, I wonder if the handmaiden being turned into a mermaid was something that was, like, a last-minute addition to try and, like, soften the tone of the movie a bit, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The movie wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you like sad movies, because, you know, sometimes you just need to watch a sad movie. This isn't, like, super, super sad, but it is a downer.
It's just very melancholy.
Yeah. I think that's all we really have to say about this. So, next time...
we're watching the next toy animation film.
That we missed.
If you're watching this later down the line, I don't remember what movie comes after this.
Right. It'll be whatever's next in the playlist.
Yeah.
Woo!
But otherwise, for everyone watching us as we watch all the catch-up movies, we're watching Sinbad?
Yes.
Sinbad?
Or
something about
The
Sinbad.
Adventures of Sinbad.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's another 1001 Arabian Nights movie, okay?
What?
It's Toy Animation's turn!
Anyway, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.